Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to AppSec's online support program. Children, today we will going to learn about the medieval world, rise and fall of the Roman Empire, which is the first chapter of Window to World History for class 7. Pages are number 2 to number 6 and the resources required are the course book, computer or laptop and internet. The summary of the lesson is that students will be able to learn about the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. They will also learn about the main rulers of Roman era, the education system, and the religion that Roman used to practice. Here is another beautiful thought of the day for you. Wise people treasure knowledge, but the babbling of a fool invites disaster. That means wise people think before they speak, and unwise people speak without thinking. Hence, their deeds result in confusion, misunderstanding, or sometimes bigger disasters due to their foolishness. An introduction to the medieval world. Some of the well known civilizations of the world began and flourished near rivers because people could access water and find food from hunting and fishing. People developed agriculture as they learned that alluvial soil deposited near riverbanks were suitable places to grow food crops. Rivers also provided the means to facilitate trade. The early river valley civilizations include the Mesopotamian civilization along the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the Indus Valley civilization near the river Indus, ancient Egypt near river Nile, and Chinese civilization along the Yellow River. In Europe, the Roman civilization grew near the river Tiber. The Mediterranean Sea route connected the ancient Roman Empire with other regions for trade. Now children, as we will go along this chapter, you will going to find the difficult words highlighted with a different color. So concentrate on them, find out the meanings so that you would understand the chapter more easily. Let's start from the beginning of the Roman Empire. In the 753 BCE, a new settlement, Rome, thrived in the center of Italy beside the river Tiber. Rome was built on the Latium plain and consisted of groups of small villages that were built on 7 low hills. The fertile banks of the river were ideal for farming. Thus, farming became the major profession of the Romans. This small city-state turned into a strong and wealthy civilization of its time by 250 BCE and soon spread to most of Italy and Greece and its colonies. The Romans organized a very superior army called legion. These legions not only made great conquests but also helped the government to keep peace in the empire. By the middle of the 1st century CE, Roman legionaries had captured France, Britain, Germany, some parts of northern Europe and southern Russia. In the east, they conquered southern Egypt and some parts of the Iraq and Arabia. The Roman system of governance was based on monarchy. The king ruled the empire as the sole monarch. Due to corruption and cruelty by the rulers, monarchy was gradually replaced by a Roman republic. This was the first ever republic in the world. The Roman Republic was a political system or form of government in which people elected representatives to exercise power for them through bodies like the Senate. Let's learn a bit more about the Roman Empire. During the 1st century BCE, the Roman influence had spread far and wide due to its military conquests. The government became weaker and the legionaries became so powerful that they became a threat to the government. There was unrest and unemployment, which resulted in a power struggle within the government. The law and order was disturbed, and the people of Rome realized they needed a strong leader. At this time, Julius Caesar, starting from 100 BCE to 44 BCE, emerged as a powerful leader. He was a Roman dictator and military general who played an important role in the events that led to the fall of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire. The people of Rome admired him because he made laws for them and brought peace. However, some senators felt insecure due to his popularity and plotted against him. On 15th March 44 BCE, Julius Caesar was assassinated. After his death, a civil war broke out and later his adopted son Augustus ascended the throne to become the first emperor of the Roman Empire. He ruled between 27 BCE to 14 CE. Achievements of the Roman Empire. The golden age of the Roman Empire was the peak time of prosperity and progress. Millions of people from different races, speaking different languages, and following diverse religions and traditions were living together in an atmosphere of tolerance. In 450 BCE, the first Roman law code was inscribed on 12 bronze tablets, known as the 12 tablets. These were publicly displayed in the Roman Forum, where processions, public speeches, criminal trials, and commercial activities took place. The Romans contributed a great deal to the modern world in many ways. They were the first to introduce an urban civilization. The Romans built planned cities with public buildings like temples, theaters, and public baths. They were the first civilization to use a central heating system, arches, domes, and concrete in buildings and roads. Historians believe that the Romans were superior engineers and builders. They constructed straight, paved roads which connected the cities and towns in the vast empire. They supplied water to the cities through wells and canals. As they were known to be good engineers, they built aqueducts in 312 BCE. These aqueducts were used to transport water to urban areas. Some of these aqueducts transported water up to a distance of 60 miles from their source. Now let's talk about the education system in the Roman reign. Romans acknowledged the importance of education. They were greatly impressed with the Greek system of education. Educated Romans were bilingual as they could speak Greek and Latin. Formal schooling started at the age of 11 or 12, and young boys studied writing and counting and read the book works of famous Greek and Latin writers. Oratory, the art of public speaking, was also taught at all schools. Now let's shed some light on the religion that was followed in the Roman era. Primarily, the Roman Empire was a polytheistic civilization. This meant people worshipped multiple gods and goddesses. The main Roman gods and goddesses included Juno, Jupiter, and Minerva. With the passage of time, Roman emperors also started claiming themselves to be gods and asked people to worship them. During the during this time, a new religion, Christianity, emerged in the Middle East following the birth of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, also called Jesus Christ, and began attracting many people. Christianity is based on the teachings of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, and the religion spread all over the Roman Empire. The Roman Emperor Constantine the Great, also known as Constantine I, ruled between 306 to 337 CE. He became the first Roman emperor to convert to Christianity and gave Christianity a legal status. He granted land to the clergy and built many churches. He successfully defeated the barbarians who attacked the Roman Empire. In 330 CE, he moved his capital to the city of Byzantium in Eastern Europe and renamed it Constantinople. It was later known as the Byzantine Empire. Now you have two tasks in hand. Number one, you need to mark a true and false of the following statements. And number two, you need to fill up the blanks written over here. The moral of today is really very thoughtful, and that is attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference, which means attitude is the way we think and feel toward people, places, and things. A feeling or way of thinking that affects our emotions, mental state, and behaviors based on what we believe. Therefore, it makes a major difference when you have the right attitude. So let's call it a day for today. Stay home, stay safe, and listen to your parents. Allah Hafiz.